Hey guys, I went through some of my old stuff and, just made a quick video because I'm having such a hard time with a bigger video at the moment. So I wanted to get something out here for you. But here's the thing. Here's South America. Here's North America. Here's the Yellowstone Park, the Grand Canyon. You've got the Amazon River. I can tell you with 100% confidence that this fits in here with the Amazon as like an electrical discharge pattern. It fits so good that you can see this, what looks like a key kind of, you got it right here. That's how good this fits. You can see that this is rounded right here. It fits right in there. It does. This fits right up against there. And if I remember correctly, this area right here matches a lot with the Great Lakes, these features in the background of South America. And this what looks like a chain right here is actually, I believe, images of Birkeland currents because they're wrapping around each other. That's why they look like a chain or braids. You got, here we go, this is Australia right here, the coastline. Australia has been erased, but I can tell you again with great confidence that this fits right into there. What I can also tell you is that beyond Australia, you've got this right here. It goes like that and it looks like it spins around. I can tell you right now that that lines up with here. But it also lines up with the southern tip of South America. And anybody can check that. This also will spin around and line up here in Alaska because all reoccurring patterns are related to each other, one way or the other. And this is just one little quick thing. Here's another demonstration of these reoccurring patterns. In China you have this, the Tarim Basin, but to me I like to call it the largest freaking crater I've ever seen in my life, because that's exactly what it looks like. And it's right next to the collision here. Two plates collided and make this arch. But here in South America, you got mountains right here that don't look like the Rocky Mountains, that's for sure. These look more like rope. And not only do they look like rope, they also wrap around one another. And mountains aren't supposed to do that. Not in plate tectonics, and these ones do. You can see it with your own eyes from Google Earth. You can see that one literally goes over the other one, wraps around. Right there, I already know that that must be an image of Birkeland currents. How it got there, that's another opinion. This could have been coded. Who knows? The thing is that they're there. And they look and it's not just Birkeland currents, but they look like they've been pulled apart because there's broken pieces of them here in the bottom floor of the ocean. This right here would be the end of one, and a lot of energy has been expelled. You could see it in the features when you zoom in. But the beautiful thing about it is that these line up inside this crater, and they do. No matter who looks at it, they're going to see that it does exactly as I claim. This does fit in here, and it's spinning the whole thing. Because you can match it from one side and then flip it over, and it matches the other way. As a matter of fact, you can see that this is the turbulence of the spinning here, and they also line up too. As a matter of fact, you see this right here, right there. You can see there's another thing that you can't see here because the ocean floor has been erased here. But in this crater, you got this little periscope thing sticking up or whatever. It comes up and out. Well, that feature is also on the bottom of the ocean right here. And that matches that. It just does. Matches in here. does. Like I said, these are reoccurring patterns, and this right here matches there and there. And so does this. This matches here, here, here. These all match each other, even though they don't look alike. What you're looking at though is you're looking at the same size, same width. And then when you overlay them, they line up with these features and the marks. And these are different layers of the same thing. You've got a gouge here, you've got what gouged it, you've got what looks like the impression of the energy that was the result of all this right here. You can see that something's wrapping around and pulling apart. And then you got what I claim is an overspill of matter. So there's a connection here electrically with why this matter is rolling over the top and running down and pulling just like you would on the kitchen floor if you spilled a big thing of water. You can see it right there. The other beautiful thing about this is that another reoccurring pattern that tells a part of the story is this splitting here. You see this splitting off. Well, you only look right here and you see what seems to be poking and splitting something apart. Each one of these is a different layer of a story that completely tells us how our planet was created. And this is what I've been claiming for 3 years, and it hasn't changed. And it's only gotten my evidence is only stronger. The other beautiful thing about this is that the other reoccurring pattern that fits in here is the Amazon River. The discharge pattern right here fits both sides of this. And when I say fit, I mean aligns with the outline of it on both sides. Here's another angle of the same thing. When I saw what fits in here is these mountains right here. You can even see it with your own eyes. Why is this range like a piece of rope going over this one? And you can see the edge. What in plate tectonics would explain such a thing? Igneous intrusion? A plate collision? None of the above? Well, in the electric universe theory, they have a thing called Birkeland currents, and they look just like this. And you can see that here's the reversed S-looking lake in between them, as if the beginning of something spinning. Also, what is it that I wanted to show? You'll see that there's these sections here that look a lot like this section's right here, because they're reoccurring patterns. And collisions don't have reoccurring patterns. But apparently this collision does. See the little chunks? They look like teeth, square teeth. You can see it right there. They're right next to each other. How could nobody not make a connection there? What's also unusual is that those squares, you see them here, but larger. That's something to think about. Here's a mesa. What I found, I claim that the Earth is in layers and they're being spread apart. I'm pretty sure in plate tectonics they believe that this is created by erosion, which is seems impossible to me, actually. But who am I, right? This is just another old image here, but these reoccurring patterns tell a story right in front of everybody's face. The twisting, the Birkeland currents, twisting. You'll see that there's these lines here. Something made them. Put it this way, every feature on our planet was put there by something. And I'm showing you the easiest way to figure out what that something is. You can see that this is like twisting and this is rolling up. This folds and fits into here. These are different depths of a gouge right here. Here's another old thing I found a long time ago. A recurring patterns on large scale here. Here's South America. Well, you can just see this with your right here, plain as day, that this is obviously a reoccurring pattern of this. Not just a reoccurring pattern, but also an image of the underlying processes responsible for its creation. The cool thing is, though, you got India here too, by the way, and the Himalaya Mountains. And the Himalaya Mountains reoccurring pattern right here. One of them. The other one. Here's Antarctica. When you look straight down upon it, it looks like the propeller of an airplane. It does that for a reason. Here's some more recurring patterns right here. Here's the Fuji Islands. This is that arm. What I'm claiming is that this is a three-dimensional image that's been pressed flat to a two-dimensional surface, and it looks exactly like what it is, and it lines up in here, and it's separated by plates, but this lines up right here. It just does. This lines up here. It lines up all over. It's the result of what I'm claiming is a vortex. When I first started doing this, it did not take me long to figure out that the Hawaiian Islands are related to Yellowstone Park. Now, there's a lot of people that gave me a lot of hate because of that, because it just could not be. But then again, they never really looked into it. They just assumed that they knew. But these mountains do line up with the features right here because they're related. They're all related to a single reoccurring pattern. The Hawaiian Islands are not the result of hot spots burning their way through the plates. They are the result of spinning. You could think that these are the areas between the Birkeland currents that are spinning. This is one of my first projects. Is I wanted to show what the Earth would look like if the Pacific Ocean disappeared. And this is what it looked like. Here's another old project from the beginning. I wanted to show how that area right there, which is this, was a recurring pattern. Let's see. I showed it traveling to its obvious reoccurring image right here because of that circle. It looks like a reptilian, I don't know, feature. And then I show how this then becomes a reoccurring pattern. I think there's one missing or something, but it is a reoccurring pattern. This is a reoccurring pattern of this. You can actually kind of just see it right now if you look at it hard enough. But I don't know, who knows. Well, that's it. I just wanted to show you some old images that I'd made a couple years ago, and with labels and stuff like that, and while I make this other video. Thanks for watching.